We live in a mysterious world. Although science has come leap and bounds explaining many things around us, a lot still remains shrouded in mystery and controversy. Today we're going to be looking at 5 mysterious creatures caught on camera. Now number 1 is a pretty interesting pick, so stay tuned for that. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 5. Elves. Elves have always been an integral part of fiction. From Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream to the ever-complex Middle-earth imagined by J.R.R. Tolkien, and of course, Santa's Little Helpers in the North Pole. These guys are pretty much present in every facet of pop culture. Elves were said to be diminutive shapeshifters. English male elves were often described as looking like little old men, though elf maidens were invariably young and beautiful. Kind of a double standard thing here. Like men of the time, elves lived in kingdoms found in forest meadows or hollowed-out tree trunks. Present-day movies show elves as beautiful beings who help people in their times of need. However, the original ancient form of these beings was quite hostile towards humans. Often enough, it is believed that elves would lure humans to their very death. The most ancient form of elves came from the mythology of the Norsemen. In Norse mythology, elves came in pairs, light and dark elves. Light elves were appreciated and esteemed by the god Odin. Some legends say that the look of the elves was linked to the changes of the seasons and nature. Elves were mostly immortal, but they could die if their sacred oak tree was cut. Light elves, or Ljósafar, as the Norsemen called them, inhabited the beautiful world of Alfheim. Dark elves, or Dagálfar, were said to be quite ugly, and they lived in the world called Niflheim. While dark elves were said to be evil by nature, light elves regarded humans as inferior to them, so they did not hold the human race in that high of an esteem. In a way, light elves can be seen as a portrait of the perfect Norseman. Blonde hair, blue or green eyes, the fine nose, and the close link with nature are all traits that the ancient Norsemen valued. If you want more info, I'd honestly suggest playing the new God of War. You can see a lot of examples in there because it's actually quite true to the text. And with that, I would like to show you this clip that has been circulating around the internet for some time now, and although the thing you are about to see may look familiar and harmless, what if this is the dark elf of Norse legend? This short clip has gone viral after being posted to Twitter by a user who says it was put up on the Facebook page of a woman named Vivian Gomez. A security camera at the home captured the clip, which shows a small figure with skinny legs and large ears walk down a driveway and do a dance. Harry Potter fans will be quick to notice this thing's resemblance to Dobby the house elf, but what if this is a dark elf roaming the neighborhood at night? And just what could he be doing? Possibly looking for his next victim. Or just a way back home. Number 4. Gnomes. Gnomes are, for most people, very short, bearded old men that some people use to decorate their gardens. Yeah, they may be a bit tacky, but hey, don't judge other people for liking them. Like most fictional creatures, the existence of gnomes became well known due to legends and folk tales, most of whom have been passed down from generation to generation. The thing is, most legends do have a basis in real life. This iconic image of gnomes has been around since the 1800s, but if you do a little digging, you'll unearth the gnome's original look. It's actually quite different. The original gnome was a small, ugly creature who lived in the underground. A wild being, he paid little attention to hygiene, and he certainly didn't wear the colorful tailored clothes that gnomes today are so fond of. Gnomes in history are thought to live underground, and their name is thought to derive from a Latin word for earth dweller. They were thought to be the guardians of golden treasure, and they had great wisdom not only about mining the earth, but also about managing money in general. It's said that any advice from a gnome could make any man rich. They also have a very special connection to the earth. In fact, they were once considered earth elementals, meaning that they could travel through earth as easily as humans travel through air. To this day, they are believed to enrich garden soil, making vegetables and flowers flourish. I guess that kind of explains the whole garden gnome aspect of it. Some gnomes are capable of speech, while others are not. The gnomes who do speak are known to be clever with jokes and riddles. However, the real question here is, are these descriptions of gnomes solely coming from flights of fancy? Or are there really gnomes rummaging about your garden? This next clip, although short, might push you towards the belief that they do indeed exist. In this clip, you will see a group of people filming themselves at night using their phones. They're probably just a bunch of friends hanging out, and a few seconds into the clip, one of them noticed something in the distance. Although it is too dark to see, the unmistakable silhouette of a gnome can be seen walking with a very weird gait. Does this video prove that gnomes are real? Who can say? Number 3. Trolls. Trolls, unfortunately, aren't the ugly little dolls with mild multicolored hair that became popular back in the 90s. In fact, they're actually quite far from them. Trolls are humanoid creatures who dwell deep in the wilderness of Scandinavia. Their appearance ranges from monstrous to eccentric to cute, but they are almost all unfriendly, no matter how charming they might look. Unless you're a quick thinker, an encounter with a troll will never end well. In Scandinavian mythology, there are two kinds of trolls. The giant ones, often called Jotnar, and the little folk who are also called Hudrelfolk. The Jotnar, who borrow their name and many of their characteristics from the ancient Norse ice giants, are superhuman characters. They tower above your average man, supported by colossal stony limbs, and their features are rugged like stone worn down by the weather, and their hair is also pretty wild. Some of them are so large and unkempt that plants can even take root in their skin. The ugliest Jotnar can have single eyes like a cyclops or multiple heads. The Hudrelfolk are much less of an eyesore than their giant cousins. In fact, they can easily be mistaken for humans, and attractive humans at that. They're honestly only betrayed by their tails, which can be cow-like or fox-like, but they can be hidden by clothing. The clip you're about to see claims to be proof that the giant Jotnar does exist and is roaming the earth. In the clip, you can see the camera operator filming the horizon, while ominous-sounding gigantic footsteps can be heard. When the camera operator zoomed into the horizon, the blurry outline of a giant troll could be seen walking in the distance. The video's description only contained 3 words: real or fake. There isn't anything written about when and where the video was taken, so is this footage real? Well, let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Now it's time for today's best pick. Today's best pick was sent over by a subscriber, so if you see something on the internet that is so mysterious that you want to know more about but are too lazy to do your own research, send it on over to us and we'll do all the legwork for you. Who knows, we might even feature it in a future video. Number 2. The Abominable Snowman. The Abominable Snowman, better known as the Yeti, is a mysterious bipedal creature said to live in the mountains of Asia. It sometimes leaves tracks in the snow, but is also said to dwell beneath the Himalayan snowline. Despite dozens of expeditions into the remote mountain regions of Russia, China, and Nepal, the existence of the Yeti remains unproven. The Yeti is said to be muscular, covered with dark grayish or reddish-brown hair, and weigh between 200 and 400 pounds. It's relatively short compared to North America's Bigfoot, averaging about 6 feet in height. Though this is the most common form, reported Yetis have come in a variety of shapes and sizes. In modern times, when Westerners started traveling to the Himalayas, the myth became more sensational. A journalist named Henry Newman interviewed a group of British explorers who had just returned from a Mount Everest expedition. The explorers told the journalist that they had discovered some very large footprints on the mountain, to which their guides had attributed to Metokongmi, essentially meaning man-bear-snowman. Newman got the snowman part right, but mistranslated Meto as filthy. Then he seemed to think abominable sounded even better and used this more menacing name in the paper. Thus, a legend was born. Or is it just a legend? Hundreds, if not thousands of people have reported seeing the Yeti up in the snowy north. Casts of footprints have been made, and some even claim to have hair and feces samples, but like with most things, people have the tendency to disbelieve the unexplainable without solid concrete evidence. Could the photo you're seeing right now be irrefutable evidence we have been looking for? The short answer is, we don't know. Even a thorough searching online didn't yield many results regarding the photo. We can't find the original and we can't verify the source, hence this photo is still classified as unexplained. But a quick Google search will literally yield hundreds of videos of alleged Yeti sightings. Watch them and decide for yourself whether this creature does truly roam Asia.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. Mermaids. Of course, no list like this would be complete without mentioning mermaids. Even before somebody had the idea of keeping written accounts, legends and sightings of mermaids have been told mostly in stories from one generation to the next. These creatures need no introduction. We all know that they're beings that are half human, half fish. They've been depicted in various drawings and work of art as having a human upper half, but having the tail and fins of a fish. The reality of mermaids was assumed during medieval times, when they were depicted matter-of-factly alongside known aquatic animals such as whales. Hundreds of years ago, sailors and residents in coastal towns around the world told of encountering the sea maidens. One story dating back to the 1600s claimed that a mermaid had entered Holland through a dike and was injured in the process. She was taken to a nearby lake and soon nursed back to health. She eventually became a productive citizen, learning to speak Dutch, perform household chores, and eventually converted to Catholicism. By the 1800s, hoaxers had churned out faked mermaids by the dozen to satisfy the public's interest in the creatures. The great showman P.T. Barnum displayed the Fiji mermaid in the 1840s, and it became one of his most popular attractions. Those paying 50 cents hoping to see a long-limbed, fish-tailed beauty comb her hair were very disappointed, and said they saw a grotesque fake corpse a few feet long, and it had the torso, head, and limbs of a monkey and the bottom part of a fish. To modern eyes, it was an obvious fake, but it fooled and intrigued many at the time. That doesn't mean that there isn't a possibility that mermaids actually do exist. If we take into account the thousands of documented reports of mermaid sightings, there might be something to this. Take a look at this video of an alleged mermaid sighted in Israel. This has been around for many years now, but it has yet to be proven real or a hoax. Which mysterious creature or creatures are you most fascinated about? Let us know in the comments section down below. Want to watch more videos about the mysterious and the unexplained? Check out any of the videos you see on the screen. As always, thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you all next time. Later everybody.